Many friends have asked me to clarify the difference between structure and force flow. So today I'd like to share with you my view on structure and force flow, or structure handling and force flow handling. So okay, let's start with understanding what is a structure. So the common definitions of structure in today's Wing Chun Keen, we can let the Grandmaster define what it is for us, so we can see it is as it is without our own interpretation. So as we see in this photo, a structure is analogy to a Paris Tower, and thus we know from this a structure is a holding of a certain fixed physical geometry for a certain mechanical advantages, such as the Paris Tower. Okay, so structure is holding a certain fixed physical geometry for a certain mechanical advantages. It is like this structure here. It is a mounting and holding for a certain mechanical advantages for a certain purpose. And the keywords here, holding, is important, because as we see it from this photo, it is really holding, because if you look at the ankle and the feet here, or the knee here, you can see that it is actually holding into a certain geometry shape. Okay, it is holding there. Okay, so that is the basic of the structure, holding a certain fixed physical geometry for a certain mechanical advantages. Now, in order to use power with this structure, there are two common practice. Okay, so the basic common practice one, while one using the structure mechanics to generate power, is to lean forward while holding a structure with ground support to overcome the opponent. A push forward of the body while using the ground support. So this is what it is. You see that this body here is holding a structure, meaning that may holding the joints and so forth. And the body is actually leaning or pushing forward, and of course using the ground support. So there's a basic common practice of generate power in the structure mechanics. Same with this one. See this? This is holding a structure here. Body is leaning forward, and make use of the ground support. And we can actually look at it, the whole structure like a bookshelf here. You see, this is a structure here, have a fixed structure here, and then using the ground support, and this bookshelf here is leaning to the wall. Okay, that's how the power is handling. Okay, the power handling. Now there is a characteristics with this type of mechanical or power handling. Okay, which is if the opponent suddenly withdraw, then the pusher will lose control and launch forward. So in other words, is if we look at this as a bookshelf, suddenly, okay, it's leaning at the wall here. This is the wall. It's just leaning at the wall in one side, and then using the ground support on the other side. Okay. So say this wall is missing. It's gone suddenly. Okay. So this wall, the wall which is the bookshelf leaning at, is missing, and that will cause the structure, this whole bookshelf, to fall forward. Okay, so this type of structure have those type of characteristics. Okay. Okay. So the next common practice is like pushing a car. Again, it is leaning forward while holding a structure to overcome the opponent. And it is as this one is leaning forward, pushing the car. Same thing here. If you look at that, leaning forward, pushing the opponent. And the place where they use for control is the hip. This hip area. So this is another basic common practice of using the structure mechanic to generate power. Okay. So this is a norm of structure and how structure generate or handling power. Now let's look at the force flow. So force flow handling is the handling of the action and reaction force within any geometric shape. Okay. And it is channeling or transporting action and reaction force. So what is that? Okay, so say for example there's a spring here. If we place a pressure downward, which is the action force, then there will be a reaction force upward. Okay, say if this is the ground here, so you have action force downward, you will have a reaction force upward. So force flow handling is actually handling those force flow, the action and the reaction force. It say nothing about the geometry, like the structure, is needs certain fixed geometry shape, and for certain advantage, the force flow handling do not talk about that. The force flow handling is dealing with the force flow directly. Okay. So the 7-ball handling of the force flow, the 7 balls or the major joints of the force flow handling, is actually adaptively aligned based on force flow handling, not to implement any geometric shape. So it is directly handling this action and reaction force independent of the shape of the what type of geometric shape here. Okay. And one thing is the action and reaction force actually exist almost in the same time. So for example, if we press action force downward, okay, then the force is not going to go from this point A to point B right away instantaneously. It is going slowly from A toward B. So that is why there is a propagation delay there. And because of this propagation delay, the reaction force will also have a propagation delay from point B towards point A. So that is where the term flow is coming from. It is like like water flow from point A to point B, or point B to point A, instead of just instantaneously happen in point A and point B in the same time. Okay. So for example, as this pogo, this pogo stick, when one apply a action force, there will be a reaction force. But the time of the action force applied in point A, this area, to point B, it is not instantaneous. Also, the reaction force from this point B area towards point A, it is not instantaneous. Okay, so the force flow handling is handling on this the flow of this action and reaction force. It say nothing about the geometry shape. Okay, so the say for example the coil spring can bend such a way. Instead of the straight coil spring, now it can bend like that, and still the force flow handling is only handling the action and reaction force. It say nothing about the geometry shape. Okay, so force flow handling can happen within any geometry shape. It is independent of geometry shape in general. Okay, I say this is in general because there's limitation. Everything have limitation. Anything physical have limitation. It can break. Okay, but if it's within that limitations, then it's actually independent of geometry shape. One just handling the force flow, okay, or the action and reaction force flow. So this is how it is, okay, and hope that my explanation here clarify the difference between force flow and the structure. Thank you.